You join us today on match day 2 of the Champions League. We travel to White Hart Lane to face Tottenham Hotspur. Last video saw us with that unbelievable 2-0 win over Atletico Madrid. Just wait till you see the results from the game after that. Hey guys, Gamer James here. Thank you very much for clicking play. This is episode 36 with Marseille. As I say, it's Champions League group stage, match day 2. It is second v first as we travel to North London to face the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. We'll have a look at their squad and the Premier League before we play them. But I think it's time to show you what happened immediately after this game. Just look at this. We went to Paris Saint-Germain and we beat them 2-0. Moussa Dembele got both goals. This was a famous win. And I'll tell you why. Not only is it our first league win over Paris Saint-Germain, it was Paris Saint-Germain's first defeat at home in Ligue 1 in the entire save. They have not lost in over 4 seasons of this save at home in Ligue 1. They've lost at home in the Champions League, but never at home in Ligue 1. That just shows how big this win was. And they had slightly more possession. They had a few more shots than us, but do you know what? I thought we were going to win this game. From fairly early on, we just looked comfortable. They never really looked like they were going to break us. They never really put together such a spell of pressure where it just looked like we were going to break. It didn't happen. We went ahead 66 minutes. It was a stunning finish from Moussa Dembele. I was tempted to bring in the roadblock as soon as we went 1-0 up, I will be honest. But we kept going, and I did bring the roadblock in on about 84, 85 minutes. And then we countered down the left and we got the goal. It was, if I scroll down the team, both assists came from Thomas Andrade. We'd switched to wingers from inside forwards, and it just was absolutely incredible. It's such a big win. As I say, Paris Saint-Germain last season went unbeaten the whole season, and as I say, it's been more than 4 seasons of this save and they've never lost at home. Huge result, and we just had to follow that up with another win, really. And that's exactly what we did. We were at home to Valenciennes, and Moussa Dembele just cannot stop scoring. A hat-trick in this game. We beat them 4-2. Naki Wells came back to haunt us by scoring a goal for Valenciennes. It was an absolute stunner as well. Thomas Andrade scored to complete the rout, and it was a brilliant performance. We shouldn't really have let 2 goals in. That was very disappointing. But it was the only way to follow up a win at Paris. If we'd have not won this game, and that Paris win would have been meaningless, but win it we did. So then we travelled to Lille. I was confident we could do something in this game, and we dominated. We didn't quite have 50% possession, but we just absolutely caned them, really. We should have won the game. Pione Sisto managed to fire a shot in on 25 minutes, but they equalised, I think it was 18 seconds into the second half, and it finished 1-1. It's a frustrating one. It was another one of those games where you just know it's going to end in a draw. No matter what you do, you cannot change things, and it happens. But it's our second draw, but I'll show you the league table now. We're still unbeaten. Paris Saint-Germain have managed to get above us because of the draw at Lille, but they do have a number 1 in the lost column, and we still have a 0. 5 wins, 2 draws. I would have taken that. If you'd have offered that at the start of the season, before I knew any of the fixtures, I would have taken that. If you'd have offered me that knowing I was playing Paris Saint-Germain away in the first 7 fixtures, I would have snapped your arm off. So it was a brilliant start to the season. 18 goals scored, 9 against, which is a little worrying in 7 games, but it's nothing really that I'm that concerned about as long as we're putting points on the board. You can see Corner in 4th, which is a bit of a surprise. Monaco are looking good. They will definitely be up there challenging for the top two for sure. But yeah, it's been a really, really good start. Today's opponents then are Tottenham Hotspur. Pochettino is still the manager. Harry Kane is still there, he's the captain, he's the key player. Eric Dyer is still there, he's the vice captain. And they have 2 Premier Division titles to their name. Are they Premier Division or are they must be old First Division, surely. Let's have a look at the league table, shall we? So currently they are top. Arsenal are the current champions, but Tottenham are top of the league. They've got 5 wins and a defeat in their 6 games. They're joint with West Brom and Manchester United. But it's been a really good start for them. Let's just have a look at the past winners then. So no, they haven't actually won it in this save. Arsenal have won 3 out of 4 titles, but Tottenham have finished runners-up twice in the since this save has been going. But Arsenal, 3 titles in 4 years. Let's just have a quick look. Wenger's still in charge. Fair enough. So if we have a look then at, go back, let's have a look at Tottenham's squad. Come on. Let's have a look at Tottenham's squad then. And then we'll have a look at their results so far. So they've still got Hugo Lloris. They've got Inigo Martinez. He's a decent player. They've still got Dele Alli. Eric Lamela is still there. They've got Felipe Anderson, who's a quality winger. They've got Berahino. They've got decent score. Firmino's there as well. This is going to be a tough match for sure. Harry Kane is on fire so far this season with 7 goals in 7 games. Felipe Anderson has 4 goals and 3 assists in 7 games. And just look at all those values. 56 million for Dele Alli, 50 million Eric Dyer, 40 million Lamela, 54 million Anderson, 59 million Kane. Wow, that is some big value squad. So these are Tottenham's results then. They have been on pretty much, well, it's a better run than us actually, isn't it? They've only lost once, which obviously we haven't lost yet, but they lost at home to Manchester United, but they've won every other game so far. 4-0 over Leicester, 5-0 they've won in their last game against Bournemouth, a 3-0 in there, a 4-1 on the opening day against Everton. And of course that 3-2 win in Portugal on match day 1 of the Champions League as well. So yeah, this is going to be a really testing match. I've still got to try and figure out how I'm going to approach this game, whether I go counter-attack or whether I just go standard and trust my players. So if you've even watched a second of this series, you know how much I love this guy. Moussa Dembele is an absolute beast. If you're playing as a top level club, I cannot recommend this guy highly enough. He's valued at 27 million at the minute. It would take a stupid offer to even make me think of getting rid of him at the minute. He is on 99 goals for Marseille. Today could be a landmark for good old Moussa. He's got 14 goals in 10 games so far this season. He's got 10 goals in 7 in Ligue 1. He's got 2, of course, in the Champions League. He got 9 goals in the pre-season as well. He's just been absolutely ridiculously good so far this season. What can I say? He's got 99 goals in 118 games. I mean, that's almost Messi level, isn't it? It's just unbelievable. Definitely going to go down in history. He's going to be one of those that you remember in years to come. No matter what happens in his real life career that affects Football Manager, this guy is going to be one of those players that I look back on in 10 years' time and just go, oh, Moussa. Right, so this is the team that we are going to White Hart Lane with. I know it still says control and fluid up there at the minute, but I will change that when we get to the team talk. I like to just leave it there because I'll end up going into another game and forgetting to change it back. So I like to do it in the team talk. So we've got Rajkovic in goal, Moassa at left back. I brought him in. Malik Ousfani played against Paris. I have no problems putting him in a big game, but Moassa is just a little bit more suited to the wing back role. So I'm just going with that today. It's Malang Sarr and Eric Bailly, who I think are my 2 best centre backs in the middle of the defence. Kyle Walker going back to White Hart Lane so soon after joining us. Thiago and Chochev, I think, are my best midfield combination at the moment. It's Depay, Ogujan, Andrade and God up front. I think we can do something. I think we'll score. So let's see how many we concede. Unsurprisingly then, it's at White Hart Lane. Tottenham are the home team. The press say they're going to win. Home advantage. They're on a high. They're 6-4 favourites. We're 13-8, which is, 6.5-4. So there's not a lot in it. A draw here would be fantastic. It would be a great result. After this, we've got the double header against Porto. So this could be a really crucial match. Well, the team talk didn't go particularly well. I wanted to G them up, so I passionately said, I know we're the underdogs, but go on, get out there, give the fans a performance to be proud of. Didn't really go particularly well, so I've gone in and I've done all the individual team talks, and again, it's not gone particularly well. I just wonder if there are a few nerves in this team. Let's hope not, hey? Let's get to the match. White Hart Lane is jumping. It is New White Hart Lane, as it's called now, because obviously in real life they're kind of building around the outside of the ground, aren't they, I think, at the moment. So it's going to be spectacular when it's done, and they'll be going and playing at Wembley, of course, next season in real life. I cannot wait to see White Hart Lane when it's finished. It will be something to behold, that is for sure. So throw in for Tottenham then. Here's Dele Alli and Wampy. I'm watching Wampy because I know he's a real... Harry Kane has smashed him into the lead just past 3 minutes. I was just saying, Wampy, I'm watching him because I know he's a really good player in this game, and he's unhappy. As Harry Kane just fires in his 8th goal in 8 games. That is a nightmare start. So yeah, watch this space on Wampy, because you never know, he could be at Marseille. Eric Dyer smashed one. Wow, they have come out of the blocks here, haven't they? Goal kick thumped down to halfway by Lloris. But here's Kyle Walker. I hope he got a good reception, Kyle Walker. He'd been at the club for years. Must have been nearly a decade, if not more. Did he go as a teenager? He's 30 in game. Must have gone as a teenager. From Sheffield United, I believe it was, wasn't it? Here's Lamela, though. We're going to be 2-0 down here. Oh, Eric Bailly with a fabulous clearance. Kane was there at the back post with an open goal. But here's Wampy. And Dele Alli to Lamela. Good hit, but it's flashed wide. Memphis down the left. Cuts inside. Nice play. Goes to Thiago. He's gone for goal. He's hit the bar. Great hit. Goal kick for Lloris. Headed clear. Dembele gets to that. And Chochev now. And Andrade. Dembele's on the move. Thiago to Memphis. Go on, drive forward. And, he's found Chochev. And here's Andrade. And Memphis now. He went to just put it in the top bins, didn't he? And was never going to beat Lloris from there. Dele Alli. Sarr with a vital interception. Here's Memphis. Boomed forward. And it's Dembele. And he's inside. And he goes for goal. Tried to get it round. But just couldn't bend it round Lloris. Lloris is a mountain. He's so tall. It's just impossible to get those round, really. Here's Eric Dyer and Harry Kane. Come on, Felipe Anderson. Eric Bailly with a great clearance. Lamela. Not for Mawasa, heads away, but it's Eric Dyer. Harry Kane, Lamela. Good save, Rajkovic. Well, they're dominating the possession. I think we're gonna have to go a little bit more direct, and Rajkovic has tipped that round. I think we're going to have to go a little bit more direct. We'll give it a few minutes. I think we're going to have to go to wingers, which will mean Thomas Andrade having to come off, I think. But inside forwards are clearly not working. They are dominating the possession, which clearly means... Lamela, and he's put it wide. Yeah, so it clearly means that the approach that we're using isn't working. It's just total dominance from Tottenham at the minute. We are definitely going to have to address this. Here's Dele Alli, Lamela. Although he looks to be playing as an inside forward, but it's working for them for some reason. Here's Wampy. good hit, and Rajkovic saves. Oh, he's come off his line, Rajkovic, and Eric Bailly is in to clear. Andrade, we just cannot get it out at the minute. And here's Dele Alli, and Rajkovic with the save. Thiago with the corner. It's headed away, but here's Andrade. And Memphis! Could have done with that going the other way around. Memphis to Andrade. Lloris will take the goal kick. So we have changed to wingers. We've gone a bit more direct with the passing style because we're just not winning the battle for the ball. So we've gone a bit more direct. We've gone wider. We're playing with wingers now with early cross instruction rather than the look for the overlap, because we just need to put them under a little bit of pressure if we can, because it is just not working. I am tempted. Wampy nearly scored. Rajkovic, great save. If this was Begovic in goal, we'd probably be 4-0 down by now. I am tempted to put a counter mentality on this at the minute, because we are just not asserting ourselves on this game at all. We're nearly at half time. We'll do any major changes then. Here's Memphis. But we're just not getting the passes anywhere. I mean, we've completed 71% of our passes, which surprises me, and they've completed 80-something%. Felipe Anderson shoots over. Goal kick for Rajkovic, takes it to Bay. Walker to Memphis, and now Dembele, he is not having a good game either. He's just not getting any joy against this defence. How it's only 1-0 is beyond me, because they are slaughtering us. They've had 18 shots in this first half. They are absolutely destroying us at the minute. Eric Bailly lifts it out to Memphis on the right. Now Chochev. Ogajan. And again, it's just given away. This is poor. This is really, really poor performance. After the Atletico result, after the Paris Saint-Germain result, this is such a poor performance at the minute. I need to get them in at half time and give them an absolute dressing down, because we are making no progress whatsoever. We're just getting near their penalty area and they're just taking it off us. And there's Lamela with the header, and it's another effort on target. It's a tame one, but it's another effort on target. If we get to half time at 1-0, I'll be happy. We have a minute to go. Boomed into the penalty area, but it's cleared away. And here's Felipe Anderson and Harry Kane. And I think this will be 2-0 by half time. Here's Dele Alli and Hugo Mayo. Chochev heads away, but it's Dele and Felipe Anderson. So it is half time then. It's 1-0. How it's only 1-0, I don't know. We've assertively told them to show us something else in the second half. We've also just gone in and given a couple of individual team talks to Depay, Andrade and Dembele, just to the wingers telling them that we're not happy, and to Dembele just telling them that we've got faith. There's a lot of green in there. We've gone to a counter mentality. So hopefully with the counter and the getting the ball out wide, getting the crosses in, hopefully in this second half we'll have a little bit more success. We've had 9 shots, but I don't recall us having one after about 20-25 minutes. Every highlight was just Tottenham coming at us. So hopefully we can do something here. Here's Thiago with the corner. Oh, and we have done something. Eric Bailly scores. It's an absolute brain fart from Hugo Lloris. He comes for this, gets nowhere near that, and Eric Bailly equalises. That was a response I was looking for. I couldn't have dreamed of a better response. And Dembele could be in here. Whoa, he's gone for the overhead. Oh, and Memphis puts it wide. What was that from Dembele? The overhead kick was incredible. And all of a sudden, Memphis keeps it in, but he couldn't do anything other than that. But all of a sudden, we are back in this match. Kyle Walker tidies up, goes back to Rajkovic. What a start to this second half. Probably should be winning. But I would be delighted with a draw. That is not going to be the end of the scoring. We've got 40 minutes to go. That's definitely not the end of the scoring, as Eric Lamela restores Tottenham's lead. It's a great finish. Rajkovic was nowhere. He dived. I don't think he got anywhere near this. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a great finish. Juanpi lifts the free kick in. And here's Lamela. Great save, Rajkovic. got down really well to that. So we've brought on Andrea Pereira for Ogujan, and we have brought on Bertrand Traore for Thomas Andrade as well, just in the hope that they can bring on some fresh legs and do something here. We are getting battered here. If I was a Tottenham manager, I'd be kind of a little bit worried that we weren't clear ahead, clearly winning this match by now, because they have just been by far the better team, and Felipe Anderson scuffs one wide. Here's Pereira, in it goes, it's cleared away. So we've gone to attacking in the hope that we can just salvage a draw out of this game now. It's Dembele. Has Dembele even had a shot on goal? I don't remember it. If he has, it wasn't shown, I don't think, if he has. Crossed deep from Mawassa, but Memphis beaten in the air. Come on, lads. Eric Bailly, who gave us hope with that equaliser, but we had that equaliser, and then we had a great move where we could have scored, and after that we've just not done anything really of note in this game. It's going to be a disappointing result. Obviously we weren't favourites coming into this. Atletico Madrid are winning 1-0 in their match, so they are going to join us on 3 points. So that puts us... I'm not too bothered because it's Atletico Madrid winning. So if we can get 4 points at least out of Porto, I would fancy our chances of getting out of the group, to be honest, because Tottenham and Atletico will now play each other twice. Can we just sneak an equaliser in this match? That could be a really key goal if we can. Come on, here's Memphis. It hasn't worked going to wingers either, to be honest, but it might do here. Oh, not with that. Oh, Lloris has fumbled that wide. So we've got a chance with the corner. It's Andrea Pereira. He's gone out looking for Fernandez, who did get to it. Here he is. Plays it in, and Memphis. Oh, and just either side of Lloris, and it's 2-2, and he's put it straight into his hands. Oh, that was the chance. That was the chance for 2-2. It's not going to happen now. It could be 3-1 here, and it's going to be a corner for Tottenham. That was the chance. Lamela takes, Traore clears. It is just going to end 2-1 now. Oh, that's disappointing. That was a big chance. I mean, we don't really deserve a point. We really don't deserve a point. I mean, I'm commentating on this, obviously, without editing it. I can't see there being too many of the highlights being from us, to be honest. It's a poor showing. We've lost the match. Atletico, though, have beaten Porto, which I am quite happy about. We're at home against Porto first, so let's calmly... I suppose they gave it the best. Let's just calmly say we were the underdogs. You gave it your best. Good effort. I think that's gone down all right. I'm going to have words with Moussa Dembele, though, because he's had a couple of bad games recently, so we'll just have to have a little word with him, I think. So here is Group C then. After 2 matches, Tottenham are now in a commanding position, 2 wins from 2. Ourselves and Atletico are tied on 3 points, and then our next opponents for the next 2 match days, Porto, have lost both games so far. That's annoying. We will travel to Portugal. I thought we'd have been at home against them. We'd been away in that game, but we will go to Porto first, and then we will host them after that. So that is match days 3 and 4 taken care of. If we can get 4 points out of them, then we would only need a win against Madrid away or Tottenham at home. 6 points against Porto would be lovely, but of course it'll depend. Tottenham need to take at least 4 points off Atletico to help us, though. It's going to be nervy, but we were the 4th seeds going into this group, so if we're still in with a shout, that when it comes down to match days 5 and 6, that's all I can ask for, really. So if we have a look at the schedule then, I'm going to play a fair few games offline now if I can. Probably come back maybe for the Porto home game, I think, because that could be a really crucial one. I was toying with doing a double header with both Porto games, but with there being, you know, a couple of weeks between each, it take a little while to get that recorded and edited. So we'll just do the home game. It'll give us a fair few games then to catch up on, and yeah, it should make for a decent video. Home game against Porto. Whatever happens in that first game in Portugal, it will be a crucial match. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Sorry we couldn't win today. We're without a win in 2 games. Look, that's not good, is it? But yeah, if you like the video, like the video, and yeah, just subscribe as well, of course, if you haven't already. And I'll see you again for Porto at the Velodrome.